And I think this basketball team is starting to become a very polarizing one. Because on one hand, we all know they can score the basketball. We all know that they've got 3 or 4 players that on any given night can give you 15 to 18 points. And that's excellent. We also know that there's a little bit more points being scored by the other team. And when I say the other team, I mean teams that you wouldn't think would be scoring in the 80s against SMU. So SMU, by the way, took on Central Arkansas, a team that was 5-7 prior to their game. Central Arkansas, in terms of the net ranking, is in the 200s. You have one more game against Cal State Fullerton in the non-con, who is 186 in the net and is 3-8. Somebody got in my in the YouTube comments and said one of these two teams are not terrible. They're terrible. Like, I think Central Arkansas is in the 240s in terms of the net. Cal State Fullerton, as I'm recording this right now, is 186. Okay, so two teams that aren't very good. Let's talk about the good and the bad from this, though. The really good is that you got some balanced scoring. Like, I looked through this box score after I watched the game, because that's how I do things. I look at the stats after I watch the game, and you got really balanced, and not just balanced, really efficient scoring from Boopy Miller, one of his more efficient games, by the way. 9 for 13, always making the right play, setting up his teammates, running the offense. Looks pretty good on the banged up ankle too. Boopy Miller played an excellent game. 23 points on 9 of 13 shooting, 3 for 6 from deep, 8 assists, and only 3 turnovers. That is a hell of a game. Jerron Pierre Jr., 21 points on 8 of 15 shooting, 4 for 10 from deep. We will take that. That is great. 4 assists. 4 assists. By the way, this team made 40 shots on 26 assists. That's really good basketball. And they only turned the ball over 12 times. That is good. That's really good basketball. Again, against an inferior team, but that's really good offensive basketball, which leads to you scoring 99 points like they did. Also shot 80% from the line. BJ Edwards, I thought he had a really good game. I thought he had a really good game in different roles too. You know, he made some good passes running the offense when he was the point man. Slash to the basket as well. Hit a few threes. I thought he had a really good game. 17 points on 6 of 12. Samet Igatolu, I thought he had a really good game. 14 points, a couple of blocks. I thought he passed well out of double teams when they sent the double, because if you're Central Arkansas, you're not going to be able to just one-on-one a 7-2 Igatolu. So the fact that he was able to pass accurately out of double teams, I thought was pretty good. Corey Washington is the sore thumb here. 4 points, 1 of 5 shooting, 3 turnovers. So, you didn't really get a whole lot out of him, but it wasn't really consequential in this game. So the balanced scoring was really, really good. I also like how they played in the open floor. Being pickpockets, being disruptive on defense, and getting out in transition and turning that into easy buckets. Again, how you score 99 points. So really, really good. Really good there. I do want to highlight, though. I do want to highlight the 3-point shooting, because I do think that's going to be big for a team that doesn't really defend well. In terms of the starters, you got 3 of 8 from BJ Edwards, 3 of 6 from Boopy, and 4 of 10 from Jerron. That'll play. I think between those 3, that'll play. You're going to need Corey Washington to become at least somebody that you can respect from the 3-point line. You need that to happen. But in terms of those 3, I'm good with that. Jermaine, 1 of 3 from 3. Sam Walters, 0 for 2. Okay, cool. Like that's fine. It wouldn't, again, not too consequential for this game, but you shot 11 for 33 from 3, where most of the shots came from. I'm cool with it. Now to the bad, because we had a lot of good. The bad is that I have given up on this team being a good defensive team. Like, it's not going to happen. This team is not going to be a good defensive team. The games that they play will be track meets. They will have to score 82 points or more to win a lot of these games, okay? Because this is not a good defensive team. And when I look at how many open shots Central Arkansas got, it is appalling how many open shots they got. They made Ty Robinson look like the second coming of Klay Thompson in this game. And I know Ty Robinson hit a couple of really tough shots and Cameron Hunter the same in this game. But the fact that they got the amount of open shots that they got, the fact that SMU still can't figure out how to close airspace against dudes who clearly are shooters, to me is a major issue that I just don't see getting corrected. And a lot of why there's a lot of open shots being generated is because the Mustangs are doing a very poor job of keeping teams out of the paint. There are way too many paint touches for these teams. And Central Arkansas, again, a team who at the time of this recording, which is Tuesday morning, let's see where they are in the net ranking. By the way, Central Arkansas in the net ranking is 241. Okay. They are in the bottom, let's call it third. They're in the bottom third of the NCAA. And they got the amount and the litany of paint touches that they got. There's no reason Central Arkansas should score 82 points on an ACC team and also score 82 points where they're shooting 48% from the field and 46% from three. How does this happen? Like, I don't want any disrespect to Central Arkansas. Like, I don't want to do that. But your ranking is the ranking. They were 0-6 on the road. They were 5-7 on the season coming into play. They were at 241 in the net before the game. They are still 241 in the net. And you let them have a hell of a shooting day. The only reason they didn't lose is because they couldn't stop you from scoring, which is a really good thing. It's a great thing that SMU can score the basketball. A great thing that SMU can score the basketball. I love it. I love to see the balanced scoring. I love to see the fact that the ball is moving around and that they're not turning the ball over and that they're getting it into the post and the postman can make the right decision and is seemingly getting better and better with every game. I like all of that. But the fact that this team is a sieve defensively is going to be problematic. It will be problematic. They're not keeping people out of the paint. They're not closing out well consistently on shooters. There's still not enough consistent ball pressure on the perimeter with this team. And at this point, we are 12 games in. I don't think you just don't reimagine and rediscover yourself as a team 12 games in. We're about to go into conference play after one more bye game against Cal State Fullerton. I'm to the point where I've given up. This team's just not going to play defense. They're just not going to be a good defensive team this year. Can they score the basketball? Great. Will it win them some games? Yes. But your ceiling is going to be limited if you cannot defend and you can't get people off the paint and you can't close out on shooters because people are just too good. They're too good for you not to be able to do some very basic fundamental principles of defense.